Okay, I'm on the line with Chris Day, former candidate for vice president, who almost unseated John Hunt once, came close. And he's going to tell us what he thinks of this new contract. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, from the information that's being provided currently, there is not enough information to make a good judgment call on this. I would rather see the actual language of the contract before I actually make a decision whether this is good or bad. From what I'm seeing, I don't feel we're gaining much from this contract, and we're still dealing with many takeaways.
Okay. What are the takeaways?
They're reducing the sign-ups. They don't say how they're reducing it or what is. I'm assuming even if they took one sign-up away, that means a run that you pick, you'll be stuck with for, instead of 3 months, 4 months. And that's difficult, especially when you're on a lower seniority where you're getting these runs that are very difficult. You're going to have to deal with it for 4 months.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
And then the cost of living. I mean, 2.25% on the last part and 2.5%. I mean, cost of living's gone up more than 3% the past 3 years.
Right, that's right.
So,
well, according to the government, it hasn't, but, the government's a liar. Cost of living is hardly going up at all, according to the government figures, which we know.
Look at the house costs. I mean,
yeah, no, we know that's not true. We know that's not true. Cost of living, is way more than 3% a year. Yes, so you got ripped off.
I used to be able to get a good meal at McDonald's for $5. Now it's costing me $15.
I used to get one for $2. Way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're showing your age.
Yes. What about the road relief pay? Our lawsuit was supposed to fix that. What about that?
No, I have no idea the increases that they're talking about, and then the additional road relief stops. There's no language in there for me to identify how much it's been so-called improved, but it's still not nowhere in comparison to the actual time that we're giving away doing the road relief.
Yeah.
The flat rate stuff has to stop.
Right. I agree. It needs to be you need to be getting a percentage of your hourly wage for the amount of time it takes you to get to relief. That's how it should be.
Yeah, and then the additional 5 minutes, great. They added 5 minutes to our pre-trip inspection. But, I mean, it takes almost 5 minutes to walk from the station agent to your bus, especially if your bus is parked in the furthest lane away from the station agent.
Uh-huh.
And then, again, I'm not super familiar with maintenance, but looking at the proposed plans for the I'm sorry, I lost track for the apprenticeship program. Sorry, a little, but we're not sure what the changes they're doing to there is going to be some type of change, but the language doesn't identify what type of change is taking place.
Yeah, agreed on a Boley registered apprenticeship program. I don't know what that is. What is it?
I mean,
that
language again.
It sounds like they're going to let it be outsourced to me, is what that sounds like. But
well, again, it just the language is very vague, and I would, before voting on anything or giving a true opinion, I would like to see the actual language.
But we've never seen the actual contracts, have we?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Explain that. Explain.
We're only seeing these notes. We're only seeing the side notes, and they're asking us to vote on the side notes, and then composing up a contract. And I'm not even sure how strict they're going to stick to the language, and they could always toy with the language after the fact to where it really harms us more. I would rather vote on the true contract that we vote on that does not get changed after we vote.
Yeah. That's always been a problem. It's the thing called side letters, which the union officers can make without the approval of the membership, which...
Yeah, and that's the other thing, the side letter on the meal breaks. It's like we are being treated less than many of the other departments. In the side letter, I don't know the improvements that they claim they've made, but on our current side letter, we're allowed 20 minutes for a meal break, which could be broken down to 15 minutes, when all other departments are straight out giving a flat 30-minute meal break.
So everybody gets 30-minute meal break, but bus drivers get 20 minutes.
Correct.
What about train drivers? Do they get 20?
Wait a minute. Bus drivers get, bus and rail operators get 20, but it can be reduced down to 15 minutes.
Really? And all the rest of the TRIMET departments get 30 minutes?
Correct.
Wow. That's great.
So there's many flaws that I have concerns about on this proposed new contract.
All right. So you're just saying you need more details. No details here. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Correct. But I've always asked for more details, and I've never gotten it. So I'm not even going to hold my breath on this one.
Yeah.
I'm just worried that people are going to vote without seeing the actual contract.
Yeah.
And then the actual contract's going to come out, and then all these other flaws are going to appear.
Right. All right.
That's been the past 4 contracts. That has been the typical MO.
Yeah, and then you can only see the contract when you vote. Or it used to be, you could only see the contract. Remember how they used to do it? You had to go to some place out in the boondocks to look at the contract, and they only had it for like that morning or something. I remember how they used to do it. They
didn't even have the actual contract. They just had a rough draft, and they rushed you through it and just highlighted certain areas.
Yeah.
And then they asked for your vote. You gave your vote, and then they would print out the contract, and during that time period, slight changes were made because they claimed certain violations or all that stuff, and they throw in little things that bite us in the butt.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. All right. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for. Is there anything else? Anything else you want to say?
Not that I could think of.